How do you ever recover from being convicted of driving under the influence in Virginia? Hi, I'm Northern Virginia criminal defense attorney Scott Nolan, and I'm here to talk to you about my clients' experiences with recovering from a DUI conviction. The first step in getting through and getting past a DUI conviction is making sure that you have good legal representation during the DUI case. The second thing I want you to know is that booze is not going to help your situation. The next thing you need to know is that booze is not going to help your situation. It's very stressful to be charged with or convicted of DUI, and your first response may be to reach for the bottle. Alcohol is not going to help your situation. What you need to do now is commit to being clean and sober. It doesn't matter whether or not you're an addict. Doesn't matter whether or not you're an alcoholic. It also doesn't matter whether you think you have a problem. You've been convicted of a DUI, you have a problem. And it may be a small one or it may be a big one. But in either case, alcohol is not going to help. So please, swear off the alcohol. Keep your mind clear to help you with all the other steps you need to do towards recovering from this conviction. Next, get some help. Lean on your family. Nobody should have to go through this alone. And your family may be angry with you, but they're still your family. They still love you. Get help from your family to divert your mind to other things, to better uses. Stay away from the alcohol. But also, just the emotional support of your family can help you mentally get through the challenges you're going to be going through. The single most effective way to deal with an alcohol problem is Alcoholics Anonymous. That isn't to say that other routes aren't also helpful. That isn't to say that going to stay in a rehab center wouldn't help. But what really matters, it seems to me, is not what is said in a specific meeting. It's not the magic words of some doctor. It is a consistent commitment on your part to getting better. And it's not just a commitment to getting better, it's a consistent commitment. Going to Alcoholics Anonymous sometimes multiple times in a day, certainly multiple times in a week, not just for a week or 2 or 10, but for the long haul. Those are the people that are going to get better. Not because they have miracles at Alcoholics Anonymous, but because it is a long-term program. The very best 28-day program cannot be as good as a much less expensive, essentially free commitment that lasts for months and years. So if you're listening to this and you have an alcohol problem, or one of your family members does, please get them into Alcoholics Anonymous, get them a sponsor, get them to commit to today and the next day and the next, and eventually they're going to get where they want to be. Next, complete your DUI classes. Virginia calls these the Virginia Alcohol Safety Action Programs, or VASAP or VASAP. First of all, you got to do them because the judge is going to order you to. You're going to go to jail if you don't do them. But second, there really is a lot of important learning to be done about the causes of alcoholism and the mechanics of alcohol in your body. It sounds boring, I know, but it can be useful, and more importantly, it can help focus your mind on recovery. It's another asset to be taken seriously. You may also want to get into long-term counseling, speak to a therapist. Therapy is very, very useful in dealing with the things that cause you to drink in the first place. It's very, very useful in helping to form new habits, not just quit drinking, but actually find something new and fun and interesting to do with your time rather than drink. If If you have a DUI, drinking probably isn't for you. So a therapist can help you find new ways of thought and new ways of being that can really improve your life. The next thing is to avoid social triggers. For many people, drinking is a social activity. They either associate drinking with socializing, or they need to drink to socialize. In either case, if socialization means alcohol to you, then you need to find a different means of socializing, different places to meet with people, and different things to do with them. Some ideas might be to simply avoid alcohol and places where alcohol is served altogether. But there are still going to be times when it's unavoidable. You'll be at a social gathering, a business gathering, a wedding, and you're going to encounter alcohol. Now, for some people, you just need to make better decisions and just make a commitment to drink no alcohol at all. But for others, it might simply be that you need to avoid over-drinking. And if that's you, then perhaps one of the best ways to do it is to set an alarm. Set your phone, set your watch, give yourself half an hour, and then leave. Remind yourself why you're sober. Everybody has a different why. Maybe for you, it's you don't want to disappoint your husband or your wife. Maybe it's because you will lose your job. Maybe it's you want to set a good example for your kids. Whatever your why is, have it in the front of your mind when you go into a situation where you know alcohol is going to be. Take a moment before you walk through that door and say, this is my why. I love my wife and I don't want to lose her. I love my child and I don't want him to see me drunk or out of control. I love having a job and I don't want to lose it. Whatever your why is, remind yourself of it before you go into that situation. Now, some of that seems really hard, but what I'm going to say next is just as important, and it's way harder. This is the last one, and this I have found, I've said to many people, there's one predictor for whether a person will get over their alcoholism or get over their drug addiction, and it's this. Are they willing to cut loose their friends? Over and over again, I hear from my clients who unfortunately repeat, I was doing great, but then I met an old friend. I was doing great, but my friend Bob, he has a problem and I can't just abandon him. And then once we got together, it happened. Susie's husband abuses her, and so I had to go to her when she called, and we always drink together. Those sorts of things are in every case where a person doesn't succeed. You have to be willing to look at your friends and decide which of them are going to drag you down and which aren't. And you simply have to say, I'm cutting that person out. That person is going to kill me because that person is going to cause me to drink again. That person is going to cause me to shoot up again. That doesn't mean you can't be a good Samaritan later and help raise them up, to be their rock, to be there for them when they need you. But it means you can't do it now. Like it or not, you are a drowning person. And trying to save another person while you are drowning means both of you are going to drown. Save yourself first, and that almost certainly means cutting some friends out of your life. Once you are saved, then concern yourself with saving others. Final thoughts. You can recover from a DUI conviction. It doesn't require you to have a whole new life. It doesn't require you to leave town, but it does require a new commitment to a new way of being. And I don't want to sound all new agey because I don't believe in all that stuff. I just believe in getting yourself some help. No human being is meant to survive as an island, to be alone, to have no assistance. Get help. It can be with your family, it can be with a therapist, it can be with Alcoholics Anonymous, but get help. And go enjoy the one life you have to live. Enjoy it, and you have a great day.